Parables of Hidden Treasure and an Extraordinary Pearl. Taken from Matthew 13, verses 44 and 45. Heaven's kingdom realm can be illustrated like this. A person discovered that there was hidden treasure in a field. Upon finding it, he hid it again. Because of uncovering such treasure, he was overjoyed and sold all that he possessed to buy the entire field, just so he could have the treasure. Heaven's kingdom realm is also like a jewel merchant in search of rare pearls. When he discovered one very precious and exquisite pearl, he immediately gave up all he had in exchange for it. The parable of the fishing net, taken from Matthew 13, verses 47 to 52. Again, heaven's kingdom realm is like a fisherman who casts his large net into the lake, catching an assortment of different kinds of fish. When the net was filled, the fishermen hauled it up on the shore, and they all sat down to sort out their catch. They collected the good fish in baskets and threw the bad away. And so it will be at the close of the age. The messengers will come and separate the evil from among the godly, and throw them into the fiery furnace, where they will experience great sorrow, pain, and anguish. Now, do you understand all this? Yes, they replied. He responded, every scholar of the Scriptures who is instructed in the ways of heaven's kingdom realm is like a wealthy homeowner with his house filled with treasures, both new and old. And he knows how and when to bring them out to show others.
This is the Gospel of Luke, chapter 8, 5. The parable of the sower and the seed. A farmer went out to plant his seed. He scattered the seed on the ground. Some fell on the path, people walked on it, and the birds of the air ate it up. Some seed fell on rocky places. When it grew, the plants dried up because they had no water. Other seed fell among the thorns. The thorns grew up with it and crowded out the plants. Still, other seed fell on good soil. It grew up and produced crops, 100 times more than the farmer planted. When Jesus said this, he called out, "Those who have ears should listen." His disciples asked him what that story meant. And he said, "You have been given the chance to understand the secrets of God's kingdom. But to outsiders, I speak by using stories in that way. They see, but they will not know what they are seeing. They hear, but they will not understand what they are hearing." Isaiah 6:9. Here's what the story means. The seed of God's message. People on the path are those who hear, but then the devil comes. He takes away the message from their hearts. He does it so that they won't believe. Then they can't be saved. Those on the rock are the ones who hear the message and receive it with joy, but they have no roots. They believe for a while, but when they are put to the test, they fall away from the faith. The seed that fell among the thorns stands for those who hear the message, but as they go on their way, they are choked by life's worries, riches, and pleasures. So, they do not reach their full growth. But the seed on good soil stands for those with an honest and good heart. They hear the message. They keep it in their hearts. They remain faithful and produce good crop.
The persistent widow, Luke 18, 1 through 8. Then Jesus told his disciples a parable to show them that they should always pray and not give up. He said, In a certain town there was a judge who neither feared God nor cared what people thought. And there was a widow in that town who kept coming to him with the plea, "Grant me justice against my adversary." For some time he refused, but finally he said to himself, "Even though I don't fear God or care what people think, yet because this widow keeps bothering me, I will see that she gets justice, so that she won't eventually come and attack me." And the Lord said, "Listen to what the unjust judge says. And will not God bring about justice for his chosen ones, who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will see that they get justice, and quickly. However, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on the earth?"
The parable of the prodigal son. Luke chapter 15, verses 11 through 32. Then Jesus said, "Once there was a father with 2 sons. The younger son came to his father and said, 'Father, don't you think it's time to give me the share of your estate that belongs to me?' So the father went ahead and distributed among the 2 sons their inheritance. Shortly afterward, the younger son packed up all his belongings and traveled off to see the world. He journeyed to a far-off land where he soon wasted all he was given in a binge of extravagant and reckless living. With everything spent and nothing left, he grew hungry, for there was a severe famine in that land. So he begged a farmer in that country to hire him. The farmer hired him and sent him out to feed the pigs. The son was so famished, he was willing to even eat the slop given to the pigs because no one would feed him a thing. Humiliated, the son finally realized what he was doing, and he thought to himself, "There are many workers at my father's house who have all the food they want with plenty to spare. They lack for nothing. Why am I here dying of hunger, feeding these pigs and eating their slop? I want to go back home to my father's house, and I'll say to him, 'Father, I was wrong. I have sinned against you. I'll never be worthy to be called your son. Please, Father, just treat me like one of your servants.' So the young son set off for home. From a long distance away, his father saw him coming, dressed as a beggar, and great compassion swelled up in his heart for his son who was returning home. So the father raced out to meet him. He swept him up in his arms, hugged him dearly, and kissed him over and over with tender love. Then the son said, 'Father, I was wrong. I have sinned against you. I could never deserve to be called your son. Just let me be.' The father interrupted. 'Hush,' he said. 'Son, you're home now.' Turning to his servants, the father said, 'Quick, bring me the best robe, my very own robe, and I will place it on his shoulders. Bring the ring, the seal of sonship, and I will place it upon his finger. And bring out the best shoes, the best that you can find for my son. Let's prepare a great feast and celebrate, for this beloved son of mine was once dead, but now he's alive again. Once he was lost, but now he is found.' And everyone celebrated with overflowing joy. Now, the older son was out working in the field when his brother returned. And as he approached the house, he heard the music of celebration and dancing. So he called over one of the servants and asked, 'What is going on?' The servant replied, 'It's your younger brother. He's returned home, and your father is throwing a party to celebrate his homecoming.' The older son became very angry and refused to go in and celebrate. So his father came out and pleaded with him, 'Come and enjoy the feast with us, son.' The son said, 'Father, listen. How many years have I been working for you, like a slave for you, performing every duty you've asked as a faithful son, and I've never once disobeyed you. But you've never thrown a party for me because of my faithfulness. Never once have you even given me a goat that I could feast on and celebrate with my friends like he's doing now. But look at this son of yours. He comes back after wasting your wealth on prostitutes and reckless living, and here you are throwing a great feast to celebrate for him. The father said, "My son, you will always be by my side. Everything I have is yours to enjoy. It's only right to celebrate like this and be overjoyed, because this brother of yours once was dead and gone, but now he is alive and back with us again. He was lost, but now he is found."